Hello, everyone. My name is Gemma Urton. I am an actress. Some of you may or may not know me from Emmerdale, Holby City. Emmerdale, I played Sam Dingle's girlfriend, hair scrape back, no makeup on, hoodie. And I was due to come into the Very offices this week, and obviously that didn't happen because of the coronavirus. And I had a chat with Very and still wanted to do something for them and their staff. I was coming in to talk about my life story, I guess, battling an eating disorder for 13 years when I was a kid, which we have postponed, and I'll be coming in October, and I really can't wait. But one thing that I wanted to speak to Jenny and Carly at Very about was the fact that even though the talk had been postponed, it felt like now more than ever people needed help and support. And we came up with the idea of me just chatting whilst social distancing and in isolation to you, because this is a really tricky time. And I just wanted to try and give something back because I'm going through it too. And I've gone through self-isolation a lot because I'm an actress. The amount of times that I don't have work, I have lost count. But also I understand uncertainty and I understand sudden change and instability. And it doesn't mean that I cope with it great all the time, but I do have some ways and means of getting through it. And also, my whole life has kind of been uncertain. Some of you may or may not have heard me talk in the press about my former eating disorder, and everything that I went through and nearly dying 4 times over those 13 years. I didn't see those times coming, and even though what I was doing was on self-destruct mode, I've had the uncertainty of being alive. I've had the uncertainty of jobs. I've had the uncertainty of where I'm going to live. I've, in terms of either being in hospitals, units, or at home, or God knows where, uncertainty of finances. Again, being an actress, you never know where your next paycheck's coming from. Which, just recently, when this all happened, I was on tour. I was right near the end of a 7-month tour with some wonderful, wonderful people, people that I call friends for life now. And I had all of these public speaking engagements set up. I was due to do an audiobook. Things hadn't been easy for, a good 2 years, sort of leaving Emmerdale, went into Holby, but that wasn't a regular contract. Sort of still out and about, but still sort of, there were times where I could be really honest with you, it was hand to mouth stuff. But I worked so hard and felt like the last year or so I was really getting back into a groove and a stability, and for the first time I knew where my rent was coming from, and it was just amazing. And then the rug just got pulled from underneath my feet, and it did for everyone. And all of a sudden the tour was cancelled, day after day within the space of a week. Public speaking gigs cancelled, audiobook cancelled, filming that I had cancelled, my future savings gone, not knowing how to keep this roof over my head, the loss of not seeing friends all of a sudden at work every day. And then we go into lockdown. So on top of everything, you're now completely on your own. Although I'm not. My little dog's there. She's fast asleep. You might hear her snoring in a minute. She'll probably jump on me. The joys of working from home. She'll hear somebody knock on the door. Not that anybody's going to knock on the door in this current time, but you know what I mean, don't you? So what I'm saying is I get it. I totally get it. And it plays a massive part on your mental health. I'm not a professional therapist. I'm not a medic. I don't understand the ins and outs. The coronavirus is ever changing on a daily basis, and we all have to try and go with that and go through the motions and listen to what we think is right and not do any scaremongering and not get sucked in by, lots of social media and news. And basically, what I'm saying is, I'm not an expert, but what I am is a human being. And I just wanted to maybe give you a few tips or tell you about what I'm going through and hope that it maybe makes you feel like you're not alone. Because I know that a lot of the staff at Very are now at home. A lot of the customers who we decided we'd like to see this video to are going to be going through exactly the same thing as what I am, and maybe much worse. Everything is relative to everybody's different circumstances. There's going to be Jane from Liverpool, who is all of a sudden at home with her husband Pete, who's now having to work from home and he's not in the office, and she's got her 4 kids there and she's run ragged and she wants to kill him, but obviously that's not good. Nobody wants to commit manslaughter at the moment, but still that feeling of like being boxed in and frustration and wanting to sort of shout at everyone, and the kids wanting everything of you, to the other extreme of me. I'm not in Hull with my family. I don't know when I'm going to see my mum and dad again. I don't have children. I don't have a partner. I've got my dog. But one thing I do have is my friends. And one thing that has struck me over the years living in London away from home and Hull is that friends are everything. And friendship and coming together is everything through hard times. So we're all going through it in many different ways. And I think one of the things that I think is so important is, even when things are tough, you've really got to try and put things in perspective and count your blessings as best that you can, and look at those people around you, even if they're not in the same room as you. Even if they're people you've not spoken to or seen for a while, you've got to start reaching out, because we as humans are not used to this self-isolation. We need interaction. We need to be around people, and it's very scary and strange when all of a sudden we're not. So one of the things that I always think is really important in times of crisis is kindness and understanding and empathy. And one thing that we do as a nation do very often is to just take a beat and think about what somebody else is feeling, and to ask the question, are you okay? Unfortunately, right now mental health is going to be even more challenged than ever, but what we must keep doing is talking and reaching out, and in times of crisis and low times and like things that I've been through, even just the smallest gestures from people has been amazing. A card that has been written, or a text from somebody that I've not heard from for a while. Like, those things have been happening over the last 2 weeks, and the smile that it puts on my face. And in turn, I've done that for other friends. I've thought, right, I'm just going to write to so and so and see how they're doing. I'm just going to pick up the phone and call that person. I'm going to go and help Serena around the corner and go and get her a pint of milk because she can't get out because she's got asthma. It's that sense of bringing together a community again. And how often do we get to do that? Because we're constantly under pressure as human beings, and there's been more pressure on all of us than ever. With social media, with Instagram, with Facebook, with keeping up with the Joneses, like, it's bloody tiring. Whereas now we've all kind of got time to just be, and to figure out who we are as human beings. And as I say, I'm used to this, the instability of work and jobs, and going from being on Emmerdale to suddenly not after 4.5 years, and to going to Holby City and doing a few weeks filming with them, and then not being there for 6 months, to going on tour and then all of a sudden that ending. All of these things are uncertain. But one thing that I've learned along the way is that life is an adventure, it's not an emergency. And how dull would life be if things weren't sent to try us? Like, I'm not saying we need to go through heartbreak and all of this horrible stuff that's going on right now, obviously. But what I mean is that we can use the dirt. I always say this. I did a TEDx talk last year on behalf of my charity Seed, which is an eating disorder charity that my parents set up when I wasn't well. And one of the things that I say in this TEDx talk, which if you've got time, we've all got a bit of time now, you can have a look at online because that might help you in some ways. I don't know. But one of the things that I do say in the TEDx talk is how I learnt from a drama teacher of mine back at drama school that we should all use the dirt. Use the dirt. And that means that use every single bit of dirt that has been thrown at us in the past, or even in this present situation, and turn it and use it to grow flowers, because you can grow flowers where dirt used to be. And that is one of my lifelong favorite mottos that I use on a daily basis. So maybe you can all take something from that as well. I think the thing about life being an adventure, not an emergency, as well, is that, like I say, this is just a time to see where it might take us. Like, the world's not stopping, we're just pausing. And one of the things that we all can do, if you want, is to look at what your priorities are. What do you want? When the world goes play again, what are you going to be ready to do? And it's okay to feel angry and upset and sad and confused and scared, but and we must feel that, absolutely. Like, we can't all be machines, we've all got human emotions, and that is so important. So I'm not sitting here saying, oh, use the dirt, stiff upper lip and chin up and everything will be all right. Who knows? None of us know. It's so uncertain. But one thing that we can do is we can change our perspective on things, and we can feel that hurt and that anger, and we can cry, and there's probably going to be more tears to come, but then we can reset and start again, and take a breath, take a beat, and figure out where it is that we want to go in life. Sometimes curveballs are thrown at us and we can't catch them, but then we walk over and pick them up and we discover something else. And that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. I can't do my acting, but I can write. So I've started writing. I can't do my public speaking, but I'm doing things like this because I care and it matters. I can't go into schools anymore and talk to the kids about eating disorder awareness and body image and bullying, all the things that I do on a regular basis. But what I can do is contact the teachers and see if there's any way that I can provide some online videos for them. Like, there are so many opportunities and things out there. As I say, the world hasn't stopped, it's just paused. And we can all use this time in whatever way we need to, because trust me, when the world goes again, it is going to go. And everything is going to be, high octane, full speed ahead. And there's going to be exciting opportunities in that. This isn't going to last forever. It's not. It's just a moment in time. But also, we're going to go back to that life where we're all waiting for the weekend. We're all saying to each other, oh my God, I ain't had time, as we say in Hull, I ain't had time to fart. Sorry, it's a bit crude, but we do, that's what we say, me and Mum, all the time. I ain't had time to chuffing fart. And it's true, we're always complaining or worrying about time. We've never got enough time to do things. We need a break, we need a rest. Well, we've got it now, and we can use it in whichever way we want, and those ways could be absolutely amazing. So please don't despair. I know it's really difficult, and if you are despairing at times, please know that there are still ways and opportunities to get help. There are, helplines out there, there are charities, but also talking, you know, just reaching out to whoever is around you. And if you are on your own, please do utilize those care systems that are around. Mind, Samaritans, Childline, they're all there at our fingertips. Seed, if you're going through an eating disorder and you need extra help, you are not on your own. And that's the thing, that's the bigger picture. We're all allowed to feel our moments of feeling like a victim and woe is me, and that's absolutely natural. But there are so many other people around the world going through this right now, and we've kind of been lucky so far that we still have a little bit of freedom, which I'm sure you're all at home adhering by the keep safe and the social distancing rules, but we still do have so much more than many countries have got. So what am I trying to say? I think the key thing is to try and work through this in the best possible way that you can, to keep talking, to find kindness in the world that I think we all kind of lost. This is an opportunity that I believe will make us stronger. It will make us more emphatic. It will make us more sympathetic, and it will make us kinder human beings. One of the biggest things that I always say is to try and laugh. Like, try and find the sense of humour in all of the rubbish stuff that's going in, because the scientific proof that those laughter chemicals, I think, endorphins that are created by exercise and laughter and kindness, they do have a massive impact on us, and they will make us feel so much better. And also, every day, try and still have that level of self-care, have that long bath, it's still been a long day whether you've been at home or not. Still have that glass of wine. Crikey, I've gone through tons, but not too much, everything in moderation. Still, I know it sounds daft, but put your makeup on, men included, do your hair, and also, like, put a nice top on every now and again. It doesn't mean to say that you can't wear your pyjama bottoms underneath. I mean, Eeyore is rocking it right now. Self-care. I know, sorry, I didn't mean to show you them. I wasn't going to, that's why I had the pillow underneath. But I thought, well, I can't be real and authentic if I'm not real and authentic. So anyway, what am I trying to say? One day this will all be over, and we'll look back at it, and we will hopefully remember what we learned and how we grew and how we came together as a community and a society. So all you lovely people out there, keep the faith, keep smiling, keep talking, keep being kind. And Very, thank you so much for this opportunity to deliver this and give me a platform to do so. I really, really hope it helps. So I'm going to go and have a glass of wine. I'm going to go and put my Eeyore pyjama top on. And I'm going to go and get on some app, I don't know, what do you call it, Zoom these days, and speak to my parents because I miss them. Reach out to someone you love. Take care.